And today, with shorting one of the shittiest companies in America, we ended in the green. What's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. I made $21,248, and don't forget about my 98 cents shorting General Motors. Honestly, I like General Motors or GM cars and the umbrella company, right? I love Corvettes, all that good stuff. I just think it's so funny that people get super emotional or take it super personal when I talk about shorting this, well, honestly, crappy performing company, right? For the past 2.5 years, all it's been doing, it's selling off. It's lost 51% of its value. And I'm just here to make money as it loses value, right? Very simple. Just like all of you guys show up every day to make money, I'm here to do the same thing. I left myself with my one lucky share. I'm not holding a short position, just like I've told you guys before. My intention here is to close out my position every single day. During today's live session for the Tesla Cybertruck, I also took a trade on TQQQ. I was adding on this reversal and I went from red on the trade. I think in today's earlier video, I showed that I was down like $2,000 on TQQQ. This is the beautiful thing about waiting for proper opportunity to present itself and keeping loss small. It's all relative to the dollar amount that you trade with. I stepped on the gas when direction was favorable, and then I locked in profits at overbought levels. I walked away with nearly, not there, $4,000 on the day, or $3,997.13. As you can see, I was not paying attention to how much I was up. I was focused on getting out when it made sense. Overall, NASDAQ market ended in the red. It actually quite surprised me. I thought that the market was going to end in the green today because it was the last trading day of the month, and this month of November was the best performing day for the overall market. One of the main reasons that the market has been recently pulling on back, and by recently, I really just mean the past 2 days. Overall market's been extremely bullish for the past month, and that's because the Federal Reserve pretty much, or the market pretty much believes that the Federal Reserve is going to be cutting interest rates as soon as early 2024, meaning that they're gonna make it less expensive for people like you and I and businesses to borrow money. And that normally promotes, economy growth, right? Because if it's more or less expensive to borrow money, we're more likely to spend more money, therefore growing our economy, right? But based off of what was recently shared, a Fed member shared that no, that's not necessarily the case, that they might even entertain another rate cut. And that's what's been pulling back the market. So if you're asking that question, why have we been seeing a slight pullback? Nothing significant. It's because of what that Fed member said. We are touching the EMA line for the first time since this rally, and we're still above that EMA. So right now, the market, NASDAQ, is not an active sell-off. It's still holding above the EMA, which is why we need to respect that. The market has been very bullish. It can quickly and easily recover, right? But if we do get that confirmation of it breaking below that EMA line, then at that point, I could entertain, SQQQ and shorting the market on the way down. Making money as the market sells off is one of my favorite things to do. But it only makes sense when direction is favorable and when there's an active sell-off. And we definitely don't have that. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. I mean, the market is so bullish right now. We have to respect that. And if it begins to pick up, then it's best to either stay cash or work with the market if you want to, but definitely not enter a short position too early because the risk is just too high. So I'm very excited to follow up tomorrow during our live trading session. We will be covering 3 different reports. That's going to be the PMI report at 9:45 a.m. Eastern time, and then 2 reports that are going to be 30 minutes after the market opens. That's ISM Manufacturing Index and construction spending. All is going to be released within the first 30 minutes of the market open. And yes, we will be covering it live during our live trading session. And that's the second link in the description down below if you want to tune on in. Also at 11 a.m. Eastern time, Jerome Powell, who is the head of the Federal Reserve, will be having a live discussion. And yes, based off of what he says and his sentiment or his tone, if he's hawkish or dovish, will determine how the market reacts. These days are very crucial, and at least for myself, when he begins to speak, it's probably not in my best interest to have an open position or a heavy position because volatility and direction can change very quickly. But at the end of the day, you guys are all adults. You guys can all do as you please. Please don't get offended. And if you do, by me shorting General Motors, then I guess you have bigger problems going on in your life. Again, I don't care if the market is bullish. I don't care if the market's bearish. I'm here to show up every single day and make money. And if that offends you, then it's going to be a miserable life for you because we have a lot more money to make. So I appreciate your time. I hope that earned a thumbs up. I hope to see you for tomorrow's live trading session. That's going to be the second link in the description down below. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.